Very good Tuesday morning, everyone. Welcome to Thai PBS World Forum in the topic of AI and the future technology. You're now watching the live session with me, Kithipachan Sukchit.
I'm Frank Kanshi. Today is a very important day for Thai PBS World because today we will talk about artificial intelligence, the growth of this technology, not just in media landscape, of course, in daily life. And in media, we will not just talk about positive side and, of course, negative side too.
But today we are focusing on the media landscape with this revolutionizing various aspects of journalism, including the news production process from content creating to the audience engagement, and that ignite our forum today.
Yes, and of course we invite many experts to come to our forum today to talk about AI technology. And today, of course, in this forum we invite in 6 booths here, of course.
We are inviting 6 booths here presenting the AI technology they developed, including digital media department from Thai PBS, Botnoy Consulting, Promise, Volcanex, Spacely AI, and Microsoft. So we are going to first booth today, Botnoy Group.
Yes, Botnoy Group, of course, they specialize on AI chatbot, AI voice bot, and of course, text-to-speech. This is a very important technology.
Because right now they are developing the AI voice generation.
Yes. And when it comes to, of course, AI voice generation and text-to-speech, we have to talk about Thai PBS, digital media.
Because the digital media from Thai PBS also take this technology to develop, to adapt to the text-to-speech application. And right now I'm with the digital media department staff, Kun Diu. Please introduce yourself a bit.
Hi, this is a booth from the Thai PBS. We are from the digital media department that we working on the development of the technology and various social media platform, such as a website, application, and social media platform. And today we
what's the technology you are presenting today? What's the products of digital media?
Yes, we including applying the neutrality from our platform, like text-to-speech, like chatbot and AI recommendation on the reply application as well. So today we provide the product from the AI technology. Like let's show you.
Can you introduce me about text-to-speech?
Okay. Going to the text-to-speech. And as you can see our website. So you go on the AI audio news. And use like we have
the news here.
Yes, the hot news.
The breaking news here. And if you want to listen to the news.
You click on the news.
Like this one. Policy watch.
For example. Click. Okay. As you can see, and listen, just listen.
Wow, this is AI generated?
This is from the AI.
Wow.
And especially you can choose the voice from the AI journalist.
So we have Kunata Komanwatin here also.
Okay.
And how about the third one, Ava?
Ava is the AI.
Oh, it's the original AI thing?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, moving on to the Promise.
Yes, Promise, of course, they provide big data consultation and, of course, data analytics. And this is a very important technology. Because, of course, data, they have to analyze very big data every day. So could you please introduce your company a little bit on it?
Can I speak Thai?
Sure.
สวัสดีค่ะบริษัทโปรเมสนะคะวันนี้นะคะเราก็มาออกบูธเนาะในงานนี้ก็คือเราจะมีนวัตกรรมทั้งหมด3ตัวแล้วก็บริการทั้งหมด3แบบนะคะแบบแรกเนี่ยก็คือของเราจะเป็น Big Data Consult นะคะแล้วก็แบบที่2คือเราจะมีData Analysis แล้วก็ Search Engine ค่ะแล้วก็อันที่3ก็คือเป็นแง่ของ Manufacturing ค่ะใช่ค่ะแล้วตอนนี้ Product ของเรานะคะก็จะมีในส่วนของตัว Social Analytics ค่ะส่วนตัว Social Analytics ค่ะอันนี้ก็คือจะเป็นมีในส่วนของการ รวบรวมนะคะข้อมูลเกี่ยวกับสื่อโซเชียลแล้วก็มี News Clipping แล้วก็ตัว Smart Factory ด้วยค่ะ
โอเคครับขอบคุณมากนะครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
ครับ so there are three fields of products here: the big
Yeah.
data consultant, data analytics, and manufacturing for
Interesting
robotic.
point on
Yeah,
social
very interesting.
analytics.
And next at VulcanX,
Yeah, Vulcan X.
we generate visions. What visions do you generate?
ใช้ได้ใช่ไหม
ได้ครับได้ครับ
โอเคVulcan X เราเป็น Tech Production นะครับ เราจะทำงานเกี่ยวกับภาพ Generative AI ที่เป็นเรื่องของภาพแล้วก็มีเดียทั้งหมดนะครับ โดยส่วนหนึ่งเนี่ยเราใช้ Prompt Engineer ที่เป็นผู้พิการด้วยนะครับ
ครับ
ในการสร้างภาพ ตอนนี้เราก็ทำเป็นเหมือน Production House ที่ทำงานเกี่ยวกับพวก Generative AI ทั้งหมดเลย
It's about AI generation on picture, on image. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
And
let's
next one, of
move
course,
on to the Microsoft.
Microsoft, of
Yeah.
course, one of the tech giants in the world. And
Yep. And now today they are presenting the
chatbot,
application called Fusion Bot.
Fusion Bot.
So what's the mainly Fusion Bot?
ครับสวัสดีครับ ก็ฟิวชั่นนะครับเราเป็นพาร์ทเนอร์กับทาง Microsoft แล้วก็วันนี้เราเอา Chat GPT นะครับมาลงใน Microsoft Teams นะครับซึ่งเป็นโปรดักต์ของ Microsoft เนี่ยแหละครับที่เราใช้มีตติ้งใช้คอนเฟอเรนซ์กันเนี่ยฮะก็คือสามารถเข้าไปเล่น Chat GPT ใน Microsoft Teams ได้เลย แล้วที่สำคัญเรื่องของ Security นะครับคือเข้าไปพิมพ์เนี่ยข้อมูลไปเก็บบน Microsoft Cloud ชื่อว่า Azure นะครับไม่มีข้อมูลรั่วไหลแน่นอนนะครับผมใช่ครับ
Oh, thank you so much. So they are adapting the ChatGPT to their Google. Oh no, not Google. Sorry, Microsoft team.
And they focus on, of course, security too. This
Yeah,
is very
that's
important
the
for
point.
the data.
And the last
right.
booth here today,
Sparsely
especially AI.
AI.
Yeah. Okay, what's it about?
So our service is about like spatial design copilot that our service gonna help our designer to create their design more faster and more efficiently because our AI going to create 1,000 design in just a minute. If you
Wow.
compare to like traditional design that we have to use like a lot of times and spend a lot of money to create a design. So our Spelly AI will help you generate the interior design more efficiently and faster.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So-
Very interesting for all
Yes.
6 booths, including Thai PBS today. All right, and right now I think they're ready inside in the auditorium.
Yes, and it's very important for us to, before we get into the main session, of course,
Yep.
we're going to see a video presentation from
Yep.
Thai PBS World.
So before, if you want to watch the live session in English, you go to the page Thai PBS World, and if you want to watch it in Thai, go to Thai PBS.
Yeah. So let's go into watch the very important video presentation for this today,
ครับตอน
today's
นี้ก็
session.
เข้า VTR ได้เลยครับผม
Swadika and welcome to Thai PBS World. We begin tonight with the latest developments in the tech industry as many international newsrooms begin to incorporate artificial intelligence. AI seems to be everywhere, and we all have to embrace it, posing challenges and threats for journalists. Even AI poses challenges. There are still some benefits, from generating information, statistics, fact-checking, and translations to illustrations like these, making it much faster and easier to create content. The convergence of AI technology and journalism is reshaping the future of newsrooms. Does it mean real journalists will all be replaced by AI? Will the sense of engagement and interaction remain the same? How can we be sure that the news articles that we see really come from journalistic knowledge and experience, not automatically generated by ChatGPT? And how can you be sure that the person you're seeing right now is the real me, not someone impersonating me using deepfake? It's time to find out. Welcome to Thai PBS World Public Forum, AI and the Future of Newsrooms.
I bet you're surprised. Were you surprised? Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the press, welcome to Thai PBS World Public Forum, AI and the Future of Newsrooms. I'm Nat Bunang, and it's a great pleasure for me to be your MC for today. And just to be sure, you're seeing the real me, not the AI version nor a hologram version of me. And as we just said earlier, AI is now everywhere, and it has emerged into newsrooms both in Thailand and elsewhere around the world. So in today's forum, we have up to 4 panel discussions where we'll be talking about how international newsrooms are using AI technology with journalism, editing, and overall. At the same time, we're going to talk about the social and ethical impacts of using AI in journalism, and we also be looking into the future of newsrooms and the media overall. And the most important question would be, will AI replace journalists or will it enhance the work of journalists? And this is something that we're all going to find out in today's panel discussion. And before we begin, we would like to kindly invite Associate Professor Dr. Vilasni Pipitgun, the Director General of Thai PBS, onto the stage for the opening remarks. So please welcome Dr. Vilasni onto the stage.
Good morning, esteemed guests, distinguished speakers, media friends, and advocates of the future of journalism. I am honored to welcome you to this significant gathering, the AI and the Future of Newsroom Forum. Today, we have assembled here with a shared passion and purpose to explore the transformative potential of artificial intelligence in journalism and news dissemination. The world of journalism is constantly evolving, shaped by advancement in technology, changing consumer preferences, and the need for timely, accurate, and impactful news. In this digital age, artificial intelligence emerges as a powerful tool offering unprecedented opportunities to enhance storytelling, streamline processes, and elevate the quality of news we deliver to our audiences. As we stand at the intersection of AI and journalism, this forum is a space for insightful discussions, knowledge sharing, and envisioning a future where AI integrates with traditional journalistic practice. Together, we will deliberate on the ethical considerations, challenges, and opportunities that arise as we embrace AI in the newsroom. Our distinguished speakers, experts in their respective fields, will share their experience, research, and visions for a relationship between AI and journalism. Their insights will undoubtedly enrich our understanding and guide us in applying the potential of AI for the greater good of journalism and society. I certainly hope to see active engagement and dialogue during today's discussion. Your contributions and perspectives are invaluable in shaping the narratives of AI and the future of the newsroom. Once again, a warm welcome to all. Let us embark on this enlightening journey and collectively envision a future where artificial intelligence enriches journalism for the betterment of society. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vilasni Pipitgun, for your opening remarks. And as she just said earlier, that the world of journalism is actually evolving with new technology, smart technology, and most importantly, artificial intelligence. And when we think of artificial intelligence, we don't really think only about AI news anchors. We think about many things. One example is text-to-speech, ChatGPT, and many other things. And this is something that we'll be discussing throughout the day in this public forum. And next up, we have a keynote speech from Dr. Somkiat Tangkitwanit, the President of Thailand Development Research Institute, or TDRI, as he will be talking about the future direction of the Thai media amidst the rise of artificial intelligence and the challenges and opportunities lying ahead. So please welcome Dr. Somkiat Tangkitwanit onto the stage.
Good morning. I'm glad to be here to share my view with you on AI and the future of newsroom. This event happens because AI is quickly approaching the newsroom. And I think it's time for everyone in the media society, in the media ecosystem, to consider how to live and to cope with AI. There is one quote that I would like to begin with. It is from David Caswell, who is a BBC News veteran. And he is one person who is very knowledgeable about AI. He said something like this, very profound. AI is going to change journalism more in the next 3 years than journalism has changed during the past 30 years, so 10 times the speed. This is the big impact AI is going to change the world. I'm not sure whether things will happen precisely as he predicted, like 3 years, but I'm sure in the near future, and certainly in the faraway future, AI will be very important to media and the newsroom. So I would like to begin my talk by talking about how will AI impact the newsroom. I think there are two ways. When we talk about AI and the newsroom, we generally think about how AI will affect our day-to-day operation in the newsroom. Certainly, that will be very important. But there is yet another dimension that I think we cannot ignore, that AI is going to impact the media business in general. And that, in effect, will affect what would happen in the newsroom. Think of something like this. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, when there is no such company as Google, Facebook, the social media. These companies are using AI now. But before that, television, newspaper, the printed media are the mainstream media. But now with this new social media, they have used new way to connect with the news and media consumers, and they can distribute the news and the content more efficiently. And that's undermine existing traditional media business. And in effect, that will affect the newsroom and content production. So there are two ways that AI can impact the newsroom. I think probably the second one will be more profound. It will affect commercial media first, but later on, it will certainly affect public media, such as the Thai PBS as well. We have heard the news that in Germany, there's a German tabloid called Bild, which has just announced to cut 200 jobs and says some roles will be replaced by AI. So looking at the news carefully, there are two parts. First of all, they are going to cut jobs. This is the second impact of the media business, since Bild is going to be purely online in the future. But then part of the job will be replaced by AI. This is the first effect. So in the future, we will see the combined effects of AI together. And sometimes it will be very difficult to distinguish. So keep in mind. But now, let's begin and let's focus on impacts on newsroom operation. Before talking about the impact of AI on newsroom, we must clarify what is AI. There is no single AI, but there are lots of them. And conceptually, I would like to think of AI into 3 generations. The first generation is expert system. Human input knowledge into the system. That's the first generation of AI that started before I did my research on computer science and artificial intelligence in Japan some decades ago. And then came the second generation of AI using machine learning, which just started and become very widespread only 20 years ago. Now we are entering the third phase. the generative AI. This word is very important. What is generative AI? There are many synonyms of this word: foundation models, and also sometimes it's called large language models. When we talked about language, we used to believe that it's really narrow, it's human activity, but language can be anything. For example, computer language is a kind of language, and AI, generative AI, can be really good at that. Gen AI is something to be watched for. So what is generative AI? Basically, it's a system that uses really big data to train the system. And that data can be text, can be spoken language, can be three-dimensional signals. It can be anything. It can be some kind of information encoded in some way. And then with the big data train, the AI is capable of doing so many things. Now you can see there are so many tools on the right-hand side of this slide. There is text-to-text system. You input the text and you get another text. The input may be really long text. The output may be summarized of the text. Or it can be input in one language and the output is in another language, which is basically translation. It can be text to audio. You input text and you get audio, or vice versa. You input audio and you get text. And then there can be image to text. Given this image, what do you see? Interpret the image, or vice versa. Given the text, what is the image? Which is image generation that we are familiar with, Mid-Journey AI or DALL-E or similar system. It can be, text to code, generate computer program based on this specification in basic human language. Or it can be vice versa. Input computer text and interpret it and translate it in a way that human can understand. So generative AI or Gen AI is really versatile. And because of its versatility, and it's getting better every year. Considering that ChatGPT has become known only just 1 year. It was November last year that India, they cover Indonesia, China. Unfortunately, they have not covered Thailand, Japan, Korea yet. But the survey result gives some overview of how AI is being used in the newsroom. So basically, there are 3 activities. The first one is news gathering. By using AI, newsroom can gather news from social media. What's the trend in social media, for example? And even some advanced system of using chatbot to interview people to make news, which is, I think, a little bit premature, but some people have done that already. But the most widely used AI in the newsroom is to use for news production. And this is something that I think we should experiment on and to understand how it works and what's the caveats of that. And lastly, AI can be used for news distribution. If we understand user behavior, we can distribute news on a personalized basis to our audience. And that can make big impact financially and always socially as well. Because if people consume the same news or the same viewpoint every day, their viewpoint can be shaped. That's a little bit dangerous, and we can be living in a very polarized world. Now, look at what's the most promising, what's the most pressing challenges for organizations that would like to adopt AI in their newsroom. Certainly, number 1 challenge is technical challenge. Media people are living in a different world of AI people. So the basic challenge is technical challenge. What is AI? How to use it properly? That's the technical one. And then also there's another ethical challenge. How can we use AI so that our news report is still accurate, fair, and transparent? AI have no concept of this journalism values. So this is an area that many people are concerned about. And thirdly, it's the challenge on the culture of the organization. People are getting used to what they have done for so many years. So it's really hard to change. And lastly, on managerial challenge. In order for an organization to use AI properly in producing, distributing news, you have to have a kind of centralized data from different departments in the organization. But if the organization is managed in a silo manner, it will be very, very difficult to make use of the AI. Now, AI adoption in the newsroom, it can be, as I mentioned before, transcription. If we input the voice and we would like to transcript it so that people with hearing problem can understand, that's one quick win for AI. Another one is for translation. Thai PBS is mainly a Thai media company. If we would like to make more presence in the global arena, what do we do? Certainly we hire talented people like what Thai PBS have been doing now. But at the same time, we can also make use of AI to translate that for us. And subtitle generation, this one is also very important. Text-to-speech recognition, story recommendation to users, and also content production. In Bloomberg called Bloomberg GPT, which is a custom-made GPT version for Bloomberg that can accept financial data, financial reports of company, and generate news out of that, which become very, very cheap. And it's very easy because financial data is more or less quite well structured so that AI can handle very easily. And also sport news. Sport news is another thing that can be generated by AI system. Given the data, given the table of the football league results, for example, we can easily generate the news. So this is how AI is now being adopted in the newsroom. This is the early, this is the quick win. But now, come to the caveat. What do we need to be careful about when we adopt AI? There are three things, I think. The first one is, this is an outright fraud. It's a fake news, it's deep fakes. AI can generate something that can, defraud us into believing something which is not true. For example, generating photo, picture, or videos of something that have actually not happened at all, as in these fake Trump arrested photos. Donald Trump has been reported to be arrested, and his supporters got angry when the news was released. But this is actually a fake news. So this is something that we need to be careful the most. Secondly, there can be unethical use. Or this is something quite similar to the first group. There is a news that there is one magazine reporter that was sacked because he used AI generated and claimed that he interviewed Schumacher, the sportsman. But in fact, it was AI-generated news. And once it was revealed, he was sacked. The last type of something to be cautioned about is something called hallucination. This is a fancy word for generate text, for example, news, by have some input encoded as tokens into the computer system. And it tries to guess what's the next word be like based on really big training set of data. Text, for example, Bloomberg GPT system use financial news as their training set. So it can guess what's the best next word. And as you can see in this picture, there's some probability to be shown based on the statistic. So basically, this language model, which is part of the Gen AI, is something like a magical black box. But actually, it is just a stochastic parrot or statistical parrot. Parrot because it does not understand at all what it spit out. It's only statistic based on the guess. And it's stochastic in the sense that it's based on probability. So be careful of this. Many people have been fooled by hallucination like this. My colleagues at my institute, have already been deceived by AI system before. AI cited some reference, which is not existent at all. So be careful about this. Now, come to the question, how do we live with AI? Is AI replacing human or is AI helping human? It is my belief that AI can enable and can help us to work better, can make journalists work better, smarter, more efficient. I think in the future, it is the smart cyborg journalists, cyborgs, which is human plus AI, that will be the best performers in the newsroom, followed by smart users, which is basically journalists who are very good in themselves, but are not, journalists who are not the top journalists, but use AI very efficiently, and follow subsequently by smart human, which is top journalists, but who doesn't know how to make use of AI. And lastly, the normal human, normal journalists, who are just the average journalists and are not being able to use AI. Now, my concluding message, there are 4 messages. First of all, I think AI will help with the back-end side of reporting, which will free journalists to focus on the front-end side and creative side of journalism. Second, document, for example. Since the backroom will be very easily and will be very efficiently executed, the challenge will be on the front side, on the news gathering side in the field, and on the original content, investigation. Third point, I think AI will affect journalists through affecting the media company first, especially commercial media. So investors of some commercial media may rush to implement AI for profit maximization to cut costs basically. And that can be good or can be bad. It can be bad in the sense that it can erode trust in the system. If the AI produce news content is not fair, is not accurate, and is not transparent. So I think guidelines to protect journalism values are needed to be prepared in every country. Certainly there are some guidelines already prepared, but to master and to use it properly, we have to study it carefully. And I think public media, the Thai PBS, can be one example that introduced that kind of guideline and discuss it with the whole media community, and also work with international organizations to prepare such guidelines. And there are some learning resources available to be a starting point. There are AP courses for streamlining workflows and freeing journalists to focus on higher order work. And there are Niemann's lab guidelines. There are the London School of Economics guidelines as well. So there are plenty of resources to study and to jumpstart the whole AI revolution in the newsroom. Thank you so much for your very kind attention.
Thank you, Dr. Somkiat, for your keynote speech. And we have actually learned many things from this presentation, from how AI can be enhanced in newsrooms with use of ChatGPT, other AI technology to improve our work, actually. And at the same time, he also talked about the ethical considerations such as fake news, misinformation, deep fake as well. But the media has to keep up with that as well, right? But at the same time, AI is the real thing at the moment. So it is now the time for every one of us to embrace it. And now it's time for a group photo opportunity, which will be taken center stage. So may I please invite Dr. Somkiat once again onto the stage, and Associate Professor Dr. Vilasini Pipitgun, members of the Board of Governors, members of the Executive Board of Thai PBS, and may I also invite the speakers from the first panel as well onto the stage, as we will have a group photo opportunity right here. The stage directors will actually guide you to the stage. So we can say that Thai PBS World Forum has officially started, and the theme for this year is AI and the future of newsrooms. And who you're seeing right here are the most important people of this event. All right, thank you so much. May I now invite all of you to kindly take your seats for now, as we'll begin our first panel discussion for today. So for the first panel discussion of today's forum, we'll be focusing on how international newsrooms have been implementing AI technologies. And we have to say that many of them have really embraced AI technology in different aspects of journalism and the media. And today, it is a huge honor for all of us to welcome representatives from leading news agencies in Asia, such as CGTN, NHK, KBS, and also Thai PBS, as they will be sharing their experiences of using AI in newsrooms. So each of these speakers will have about 10 to 12 minutes to do their own presentation. And we'll start with Mr. Takahiro Mochizuki, a senior research engineer and a science and technology researcher of NHK Japan. So may I please invite Mr. Takahiro onto the stage.
Hello, thank you for your information. Thank you for your introduction. I'm Takahiro Mochizuki, belonging to NHK Research and Development Department. NHK Research and Development Department. This time, I would like to introduce a news video summarization system using AI, which is in practice use at news production site. With the rapid development of online content distribution services and video posting applications, we have entered an era in which an enormous amount of video content can be accessible is not only the world of television, but also internet. By the way, I created this animation based on the traditional Japanese conveyor belt sushi. Do you know conveyor belt sushi? There seem to be many conveyor belt sushi restaurants in Bangkok. Please try to visit one of them. And that aside, back to the topic. In order to efficiently browse those contents, a short video that make it easy to comprehend the story of video tends to be preferred. Broadcasters are also increasingly posting short program summary videos on SNS in order to let television viewers know more programs. In particular, daily updated news program is one of compatible contents with the Internet society, which is sensitive to changes in topics. At NHK, as well, there is a growing movement to focus on online deployment of news summary videos. However, the production of summary videos requires, high-level specializations and long-time editing works, as with video editing for broadcast. Therefore, we developed an automatic summarization system for news program video to support the production work. I talk of what we can do on this system. First, users can input the news program video they want to summarize by simply dragging and dropping. A summary video can be automatically generated for about 2/3 of a program's duration. Then, after fine-tuning this video with only simple operations, that final summary video is output. This system enables a broadcaster to deploy summary videos on SNS, keeping the immediacy of news. Here is an example of auto-generated summary videos. This is a summary video automatically generated by inputting the 5-minute news program video, consists of 3 news subjects.
つくばエクスプレスの県内での延伸を掲げる茨城県は
Unfortunately, the audio is in Japanese. I'm sorry. I think it could be difficult to understand the speech content. So please pay attention to the appearance quality such as image composition and camera motion and so on.
この影響で地下鉄では遅れが出るなどダイヤが乱れました。3年前、神奈川県逗子市でマンションの敷地にある斜面が崩れ、下の歩道を歩いていた女子高校生が死亡した事故で、警察はマンションの管理会社の社員が斜面のひびについて報告を受けるなどしていながら適切な対応を怠った疑いがあるとして、今日、業務上過失致死の疑いで書類送検。
This figure shows the outline of process to generate summary video on this system. The input is typical news program video lined with multiple news subjects. Each news subject consists of an intro video, including anchor bus shot, in which the close-up anchor reads. Anchor reads the manuscript, followed by main story video. The output are summary videos for each news subject. At first, I will explain the process to separate input video into new subjects automatically. Create a news anchor image detection AI in advance. This AI has learned the features of anchor images in various news programs. Then this system samples images from each shot and feeds the features. First, the input news program video is automatically divided into shots. Then this system samples images from each shot and feeds the features of those images into the AI. Based on the results of anchor image detection by AI, shots of containing many anchor images are judged as intro videos, and shot sequences between intro videos are judged as many story videos. Finally, outputs the intro video followed by the main story video as a single news subject. Next, we will describe the automatic generation of summary video for each subject, which is the main part of this system. News footage has picture making unique to important scenes, such as zooming in a key person, panning to show the topical object in the detail, and special shooting angles for building involved in incidents. So, important video segments are extracted from the main story video using an image analysis AI that learns the type of and size of object, composition, and camera movement, unique to important news scenes. Separately, speech recognition and keyword analysis are used to extract video segments that match the anchor's intro speech from the main story video. Then, by comprehensively judging the two extraction results, a summary video of each news subject is automatically generated. At that time, the audio will be used as it is from the intro video. With this technology, it is possible to generate a summary video, considering both the professional picture making and the content of speeches. Finally, I will describe correction functions for the automatically generated summary video. The auto-generated summary videos may contain scenes that cannot be distributed on SNS due to rights issues. Such scenes should be deleted or replaced. Therefore, we implemented video segment collection page on this system. On this page, users can collect video segments by only easy mouse operations, such as changing order of video segments, replacing with other candidates of video segments, deleting a whole subject prohibited from SNS distribution, shifting in-out point of each video segment on video segment edit screen, described in next slide, and so on. This is the video segment edit screen. Users can modify the in-out points of video segments with a simple operation while playing the video. I will show the demonstration video on how to use this system. Please watch it with Japanese traditional music. The background music is one of typical Japanese traditional music. User can modify auto-generated summary videos by simple
誤って
operation.
発信され政府が原因を調べている。
This system has already put into practical use in many NHK broadcast stations, and it has gained good reputations from news production staffs for accuracy of automatic summarization and convenience of this system. Many news summary videos created using this system have been posted daily on Twitter, not X, each station account. We will continue to expand broadcast station users. And these are examples of news summary videos posted on X in action. The left is a video posted on X by the NHK Metropolitan Area Station. It consists of summary videos for each of 3 news subjects. The middle is post from the NHK Kumamoto station. The Kumamoto station posts a summary video of each subject separately. This approach tends to get more likes. The right is post from the NHK Mito station. This is similar in style to the Metropolitan Area Station.
県南部を中心とする路線の一部で来月20日から減便すると発表しました。
And finally, I mentioned future work. As I've mentioned, we will expand broadcast station users by further PR of this system in cooperation with various departments. We will tackle to improve the accuracy of automatic summarization. One approach is updating AI by rerunning more summary videos created actually on broadcasting site. Furthermore, we should apply this technology to other programs, channel, except news. Okay, I'm sorry, overtime presentation. I'm sorry. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Takahiro, for your interesting presentation.
I'm sorry, overtime presentation.
No, it's all right. We find your presentation to be very fascinating to begin with.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can take a rest for now because we're going to move on to the next presentation.
Thank you.
So just to sum up a little bit, he was talking about how AI is being used to generate news summaries, which we find it really interesting because nowadays we're using TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. This is actually very useful, and that can be a great example for other news organizations to do the same as well. And next up, we have Mr. Yang Shengxi, a senior reporter of CGTN China. So may I please invite Shengxi onto the stage.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me here today. My name is Yang Chengxi. I've been an economy and tech reporter with China Global Television Network for about 10 years now. And I'm very excited to be here today to share with you some of my experiences of incorporating artificial intelligence in my workflow. Now, let me start with a snippet of one news that I did when generative AI first became very popular.
Hello, I'm an alternate version of you. I'm younger and better looking.
He is.
But my face doesn't exist in the real world because I'm created by a combination of AI tools. What you see here, my body, my voice, my movement, my background, everything is generated by artificial intelligence. And that means, with a few commands, I can be in another place, transform into another person,
and speak in another voice. If I'm plugged into ChatGPT, I can even answer all your questions.
Right, I believe my female avatar is much more attractive than I am in real life. So let me first start with some use cases. Now, a disclaimer first. All of the companies that I'm going to mention, I'm not paid by any of them. I just happen to use their services. Now, the first use case is, of course, speech-to-text technology. It's a pretty established solution. For example, this is the Minister for Economy and Technology of the Republic of Serbia, whom I interviewed earlier this month. And it was quite a long interview, so I used speech-to-text technology to summarize it.
It's a complex question. I think at this moment we're still on the safe side. But, you know, with every technology, it can be used and it can be misused. This is why...
Yes, and you can see we were talking about AI. And AI can pretty accurately transcribe what she said into a workable, editable text content. And that could be very helpful when you have a very long interview. And it can be very liberating when you are at a press conference. A lot of the TV reporters here are, I think, quite familiar with that existential dread of missing a key phrase, a key figure from an official. Now you have to ask your colleague. Now you have to probably listen back to your tape when you go back. And now you've missed the breaking news. But with speech-to-text, you can approach these situations with much, much more ease. And next is, of course, image-to-text. For example, Apple products are now very capable of extracting text from any image. For example, this press release from the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And then if I put this Chinese text into ChatGPT and ask it to translate into English for me, it can give me a pretty decent, accurate, workable text for me to edit into an English news piece. Now, these are pretty established solutions. They've been here for quite some time now. Now I'm going to move on to some of the more recent use cases of AI, especially in the area of video summary. Now, in this day and age, when we approach researching a topic, it's not about reading articles anymore. There are a lot of video format content for us to research on the internet. For example, this 4-hour-long webinar on the EU Artificial Intelligence Act. Now, instead of having to listen to the whole thing, I use a Chrome plugin called Merlin that can summarize the video for me. On the right-hand side, it's now summarizing. It shows all the key topics of this entire talk and has timestamp on it, so I can jump to the parts where I'm interested in. And when you click on the specific topics, it also shows you all the key points that the speakers make. So it saves me tons of time of having to listen to this 4-hour-long webinar, which I used to do a few years back. Now, another use case is in the area of post-production. For example, recording voiceovers. Now, for TV reporters, we do not always have the most ideal place to record voiceovers. When you're, for example, at an expo or at a forum, it can be quite noisy, it could be quite echoey. So when you record a voiceover there to make a breaking news, you can use AI services to clean up your voiceovers in post, for example, like this.
I'm in a conference room with the window open, and it's pretty echoey in here too. Not the best place to record audio. Yet with enhanced speech, all of the background noise and echo is gone, as if I recorded this in a professional studio.
It's pretty good, huh? Now, the next use case is video upscaling. Now, as TV reporters, sometimes we work with archive footage or videos provided by a third party. They're not always of good quality, so we can use AI to sort of enhance the definition a little bit. Now, I'm not sure if you could see the black line in the middle on the left-hand side is the original video. On the right-hand side is the AI-enhanced version. Now, as you can see, it's not a huge difference. It's not night and day, but it does give the video a little bit of a more defined edge and makes it a little bit clearer for it to meet broadcast standard. But this is a movie from Stephen Chow. I like this guy. Now you can see on the right-hand side, you can still tell the differences. It is a bit more clearer than the original. This is provided by Tencent, a Chinese company. Now, the next use case is automatic subtitles. It doesn't need much explanation from me. This is a software called CapCut. It's quite popular worldwide, I believe. So the subtitles are automatically generated.
I'm younger and better looking, but my face doesn't exist in the real world because I'm created by a combination of AI tools.
Now, the next use case is recording sound bites. Now, I have an asterisk at the end of sound bites. I'll tell you why later. Now, this is a web page called play.ht, which I saw in a previous PowerPoint presentation. It gives ultra-realistic AI voiceovers according to the text you put in. Now, how realistic? This is an example. Let's see if it plays.
Our attention has never been as overwhelmed or in demand as it is today. We've never been so busy while accomplishing so little, and we've grown.
At the 90-day marker, it's a good idea to check in and review the employee's performance and to gauge their feelings about their work environment.
Welcome to this tutorial. This guide will take you through a series of over 30 videos conveniently or.
So it works very well when you want to record a soundbite for one of the guests you interviewed. But I've experimented with it a few times, but I have not been using it on the regular. And the reason is that at the end of the day, you're still passing machines as humans. Although I did not add any fake information in it, but I'm still a little bit cautious about pushing that boundary forward. So this is just one of the cases that we've experimented on a bit. Now, last but not least, of course, generative AI can help us in the process of script writing. However, we are still on the conservative side of it because accuracy is the lifeline of any media organization. So we're very cautious about putting our faith in ChatGPT. So the biggest use cases for us is to actually use it to polish our script. Now, as with many Asian-based English reporters, English is not our first language. So a lot of the times I use ChatGPT to polish my language to make it sound more natural, more professional in English. And now, not only that, I can sometimes write in a more colloquial, informal, plain sort of style that is easier for me, and then ask ChatGPT to rephrase it in a more professional newsman tone. That is one of the hacks I've been using. I also use ChatGPT to do some fact-checking and do some quick research. For example, I can ask it about the ethnic makeup of the African island of Zanzibar, for example, and ask it about the historical reasons of that. And probably I'll ask it to give me some examples of the earliest depictions of the city of Beijing in early literary work. Now, my criteria is that I only ask it to do research that are able to be fact-checked by me later on. If it gives me answer that I can not find it whatsoever on the internet, no matter how hard I try, I would go on the conservative and cautious side and not incorporating that information because I have no idea whether it is hallucinating, as you listened to back in that previous presentation. So these are the usage that I've been experimenting with ChatGPT. Now, this is an example of polishing that script. It is pretty simple and fast and direct. Now, I'll finish with these two questions. I think these two are the main themes of today's forum. One is, can ChatGPT replace TV script writers? And the second is, will AI just in general replace human journalists? I am very much looking forward to discussing that with you later in the panel discussion and Q&A. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Shang-Chi, for your interesting presentation. So you can take a rest for now. So we have learned from this presentation as to how AI is being used in news gathering, research, script writing, fact checking, and many other things. And actually, we all have to embrace it. And one thing that we have to mention is CGTN's video presentation. Nothing beats CGTN, so give them a big round of applause for the video presentation. It's really amazing. I really love the suspense and the creepiness of the AI individual right there. And now we have Mr. Seung-ho Jeon from KBS South Korea. So may I please invite Seung-ho onto the stage for his presentation.
Hello, I'm Seung-ho Jeon from KBS. I'm here to introduce KBS Next Generation Television and AI Transformation. Let's explore the areas where KBS utilizes AI, divided into three categories: AI-based data analysis, AI-driven media production, and AI-aided advanced emergency alert service. In case of data analysis, we employ AI to analyze diverse viewership data from our TV by Interactive service. We also use AI to monitor the nationwide ATSC 3.0 network in real time, promptly identifying anomalies. For media production, our 8K UHD camera combined with AI automatically generates vertical videos through facial recognition and tracking. We've also utilized AI to dramatically reduce the time it takes to colorize black and white film and synchronize subtitles for VOD clips. In the emergency alert service, we are leveraging AI to automate news script creation and broadcast it through radio before program preparation during disasters. We are also developing Korean sign language avatar generation technology to make disaster alert text more accessible to hearing impaired individuals. Before moving into the details, let's first explore the current state of broadcasting technology in South Korea. South Korea utilizes ATSC 1.0 for fixed reception and TDMB for mobile reception broadcast. In preparation for transition to all IP broadcasting in 2027, South Korea is building an ATSC 3.0 network aiming to provide ultra-high definition, multi-channel, interactive services, and even digital radio services. Currently in South Korea, we offer UHD broadcast through ATSC 3.0, making use of its IP protocols. All televisions sold in Korea are connected to the internet. This environment allows us to provide two-way TV bus services to our viewers. Viewers can access the services through the broadcast network, but the actual content is delivered through the internet. Upon entering the KBS channel, viewers are presented with a pop-up menu at the bottom for selecting desired services, or made possible by interactive capabilities already embedded in South Korea's next generation television standard. In case of major sports events such as a Qatar World Cup game, we provide simultaneous broadcast of multiple games, offering multi-angle services, English commentary, and promotional VOD videos. During the Tokyo Olympic Games, KBS provided coverage of simultaneous events on 4 channels and offered the highlight VOD programs. Particularly for the Paralympic Games, which were not extensively scheduled for the main broadcast, TVBA allowed us to live broadcast the games without being limited by the main broadcast schedule. This flexibility enables us to show Paralympic events in real time, and we received significant feedback and engagement from viewers. For nationally significant event, professional football game, soccer game, we consistently provide multi-camera services. Also, during news broadcast, we provide regional news at the bottom, allowing viewers to watch news from their preferred region. While interactive services provide viewers with more content, they also allow us, broadcaster, to collect real-time data on viewer patterns, enhancing our understanding of viewer preferences. During the Qatar World Cup game, we could track viewership rates for each match, gaining clear insights into which game gained the most attention. We can analyze connection data based on geolocation IP information, allowing us to understand the geographical distribution of viewers. TVBA service utilizes Google Analytics for real-time monitoring of viewership patterns in different regions. KBS gathers not only TVBA data, but also viewers' data from the OTT service Wave in a service called Storm. By integrating AI into data analysis, KBS closely examines the entire process, including program evaluation, planning, scheduling, and distribution. Accessible through KBS internal network, we continuously perform time-based, daily-based, weekly-based, and monthly-based viewership analysis using data collected in real time. With the aid of AI technology, we can analyze programs from various perspectives, including program competitiveness, age demographics of viewerships, and distribution channel analysis. This has made big data analysis easier and more convenient than ever before. Now let's shift our focus to the nationwide ATSC 3.0 broadcast signal monitoring system operating the nationwide broadcasting control system. AI detects abnormal situation in real time from various measurement data collected, while human operators also monitor. The best amount of nationwide data can lead to oversights. AI helps ensure seamless surveillance without missing crucial details. The actual monitoring system screen, collecting data every second, detecting anomalies, and displays alert on the map, providing key performance metrics in graph form. Now let's move into the AI technology used in media production. We employ facial recognition and object tracking technology on footage shot with a single 8K UHD camera, This enables the automatic generation of cropped video segments. This technology has been showcased at recent global exhibitions, attracting significant interest from various broadcasting companies worldwide. Now let's talk about color restoration technology. The film They Shall Not Grow Old, directed by Peter Jackson, known for The Lord of the Rings, involved extensive manual coloring. Here is a statement from Peter Jackson regarding the manual colorization process for the film commemorating the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I. Over the past 2 or 3 years, we've restored the images. Restoring each frame manually at a rate of 24 frames per second is a truly time-consuming task. KBS has developed a technology utilizing AI to expedite the color restoration process of black and white film, completing it in as little as 6 hours. This technology has been applied to actual program production and broadcast. While reference images still require manual coloring and verification for similar frames, AI automatically applies color by referencing the color from the reference images. For black and white video, after pre-processing and shot division, a representative image is selected and manually colored by human. Once the restoration of reference image is complete, AI automatically applies color based on it. The third technology is a VOD subtitle synchronization. The idea is that broadcast closed caption manually input by stenographers watching the broadcast offer excellent accuracy but may have delays. In contrast, automatically generated caption in VOD using speech recognition technology provide good timing information but may suffer from lower accuracy in recognition. To address this, KBS has developed a technology that combines the strengths of both methods using AI to automatically align the text and visual information. The key is reconstruction of timing information for the text using the attention technique as depicted in the illustrations. This developed technology is currently being applied to various user services provided through the official KBS website. In the disaster broadcasting field, KBS utilizes AI to quickly and accurately report disasters. AI processes various disaster information for broadcast and even creates a simple script for disseminating information before disaster broadcasters are fully prepared.
재난 관련 14개 기관에서 들어오는 영상이 실시간으로 이곳에 모입니다. 바로
For Korean Sign Language Avatar, we built a dataset and trained AI with rules suitable for Korean grammar, achieving a natural and improved system. We are currently experimenting to apply this technology to ATSC 3.0 broadcast. In conclusion, KBS is committed to leveraging AI across various domains, from data analysis to media production and disaster broadcasting, to provide innovative and accessible services to our viewers. Thank you.
Thank you, Seung-ho, for your presentation. So to sum up, he has been talking about how they have been using AI in data analysis, video production, as well as emergency alert services. And this is something that people don't talk about so often. And it's great to see that South Korea has been jump-starting on using AI with emergency alert systems as well. But one thing that I really like, though, is auto-generated fan cams. I would love to use that so that I can finally create my own fan cams of my favorite K-pop idols. If we get to have access to that program, that would be great as well. And now I'm pretty sure many people might be wondering how AI will be used in sign language. So please welcome Naoki Nakatani from NHK Japan, as he'll be talking about how AI is being used in sign language.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Naoki Nakatani from NHK Media Innovation Center, just established this summer. So I belong to NHK in 2017, just graduated after a graduate school master course. So after that, I joined the sign language CD team in 2022 last year. So the right side video is a simple sample video of sign language CD, and that means I prepared the sign language CGB last Friday with the 1 minute because it's a simple expressions, and that means thank you. Thank you for inviting me this session. So firstly, I would like to explain about NHK in two features. The first feature is that we have 54 branches in Japan, and they provide local programs. And we provide sign language daily news programs every day, and we broadcast 4 hours per week averages. And the second feature of NHK is having a science technology research laboratory. We call it STRL, with a long history. We have around 200 researchers, and 81 researchers have PhD degrees. And firstly, I would like to explain about realistic world application that we published on NHK website. So you can access the website through the QR code on your smartphones. And we call the website name that is Weather and Prevent Disaster Sign Language CG Services. So we provide information about weather forecast and the emergency warning for weather like the heavy rains, or tsunami and earthquakes. And the upright video is about weather forecast. That means it is sunny today and tomorrow it will be cloudy, or some information about it. And this video is about emergency information through the sign language CGs. So normally we provide like a weather forecast. And in emergency occasions, the website change into the emergency versions like earthquake information automatically. So we know producers are needed to turn into the emergency versions. This is background and motivation why we try to do sign language CGs. And the first one is for us, a public broadcaster, we have a very important mission that is to protect lives and protect properties of people in Japan. So we should deliver information far and wide even in Japan. And the second feature is expanding sign language services needed because there are 340 people deaf or hard of hearing in Japan. Around 90% of them use English, use sign language as their mother tongue. I mean, the mother tongue in sign language is different from our verbal or written languages in grammars. And in sign languages, they use spatial position to explain about it. So it is different from Japanese. So, however, it is difficult to expand the sign language programs because the number of sign language interpreters is enough in Japan. So it is difficult to keep them in the early in the morning or midnight, 24 hours, 345 days. I explained that we have 55 branches, so it is almost impossible to keep them in all branches. So we research and develop sign language CG to provide deliver initial information of news and weather. So this is a simple example, a simple explain about sign language CG system. So we input the Japanese text to the system and automatically generates the sign language CG, so the output is sign language CGs. So in the system, firstly we translate Japanese text into sign language word sequences. For example, now Tokyo Olympics began. So it composed of 4 sign language word sequences, and then concatenating individual motion data of sign language words thread from sign language words motion database we built it. However, we face 2 challenges to make correct content understand correctly. One is that the accuracy of the sign language word sequences here, and the second challenge is how to combine sign language words motions. So by simply combining 4 sign language words, simply connecting 4 words, it is not good to understand correctly. So I would like to explain about 2 methods to generate sign language CG. Firstly, I will explain about fill-in-the-block method. This is very simple system. Firstly, we prepare the templates, like today it is blank, not. So we fill in the blanks with, for example, sunny, not cloudy, snow, or rainy. And then concatenating 3 motions and generating the sign language CGs. So this is a detailed explain about the fill-in-the-block method. So first we prepare the templates with some blanks. For example, it is blank today, it will be blank tomorrow. So by filling it some choices by the distributed information from Japan Meteorological Agency. For example, in 27th November, it is sunny, so I fill in the system fill in the blanks with sunny. In the November 28th, cloudy, so the system fill in the blank as cloudy. So the advantage of this system is the sign language CG is generated automatically, and it is easy to understand correctly. However, it contains a challenge or disadvantage. That is, the expression is limited for only fixed data. We prepare the templates. And I would like to explain about AI-based translation system because I would like to make some language CGs except the templates we prepared. This is about AI-based translation method. So in this system, firstly, put in Japanese text and translate the Japanese text into word sequences. And then some errors are corrected and concatenating individual motion data of sign language words. However, as I explained earlier, they are working on two challenges. Firstly, the accuracy of sign language word sequences, and the second is how to concatenate the individual motion data to understand it correctly. This is literally about AI-based translation method. Firstly, we input the Japanese text and the generating sign language word sequences. For example, December 1st, nodding. Noto area is a place name in Japan, or sunny, and blah, blah, blah. And secondly, we apply the supplementary information for sign language CGs. For example, Noto area is a place name, so we added the information about mouthing Noto. Later, I will explain why mouthing is important to understand correctly. We add some supplementary information. This is a correlation tool we developed in NHKs. For example, here, this is Satsumachiho, is a place name in Japan. So we added the supplementary information for mouthing, so added supplementary information in the upper node, like Satsumachiho, to move mouthing Satsumachiho. So I will explain about why mouthing is important for the sign languages. I will explain about two sign language words, Satsuma and Saitama. Both are the place name in Japan. And the finger motion of two words are very similar, like this, Satsuma and Saitama. So it is not easy to distinguish two words. So we add the mouthing like Satsuma and Saitama, and magnificating the around face areas. Satsuma and Saitama. I know that it is difficult to distinguish, because we use the realistic CG avatars. Now we are developing the sign language CG avatars to convey it. So this is a demonstration video of AI-based translation method. All right, putting into Japanese text and processing automatically and then generating the sign language CGs like this. On June 4, the Noto area will be sunny and snow in many places. So in this presentation, I explained two methods to generate the sign language CG. One is filling the blank method that is only for templates we prepare, but however, which the sign language CG without containing without any mistakes. And later I explained AI-based transformation method that is now we are researching and developing to improve it. For the last, I will explain about the service images in the realistic world. For example, the center up images is an announcement in a train. For example, the next station is Siam, or for example, next station is Payatai. So by the fill in the block method, we can generate the sign language CG for train announcement automatically. And we also developed the AI-based transmission method because it contains many
for your presentation. So we finally found out how AI is being used in sign language, and it actually provides more inclusive access for those with hearing disabilities. And this is really interesting to begin with. Thank you so much. And we have seen great examples from various countries, from China, Japan, and South Korea. Now let's come back to Thailand. We want to find out what Thailand is actually doing with AI technology and in Newsroom. So this time, let's invite Kun Kanokpon Prasithpon, the Director of Digital Media of Thai PBS, onto the stage for the presentation. So let's welcome Kun Kanokpon.
สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning, everyone. Technology cannot stop anymore right now, and today we have talk about the short word is that AI or intelligent. AI is very important in our daily life. So today, the Thai PBS is one of the media organization to interested in the AI as well. Today we have the 3 examples that we show you about the entire PBS use the AI integrated in the product and our service. First of all, AI in text-to-speech. Now Thai PBS developed the text-to-speech and provide the content in website www.thaipbs.or.th/news. In the Thai name for this service we call อ่านให้ฟัง The อ่านให้ฟัง or text-to-speech. The first objective we focus for the disability people such as the blind people that they need to consume the content, consume the video or text in the audio. And the second, the objective is we focus in the general people that would like to have to make more activity. They can more activity and use consume the content immediately and use the audio file in the same time as well. Now Thai PBS has an AI voice. We create the 3 voice selection. The audience can access via the website, the news website, and select by yourself. And we develop the more feature to control the audio player news, such as seamless listening, to control the speed level, and they have the command rewind and fast forward as well. And let me show you the example of the video.
บริการอ่านให้ฟังโดยเสียงสังเคราะห์อัตโนมัติสภาพอากาศวันนี้อีสานหนาวอีกรอบใต้ยังเจอฝนตกหนักภาคอีสานมีอุณหภูมิลดลงกับมีลมแรงส่วนภาคเหนือภาคกลางภาคตะวันออกมีอากาศ
Eastern part and the east is a little bit cold, and for the lower southern part there are some rains, and then in the Thai Bay has a 1 meter sea wave, and today is the November the 1st. The Thai Met and the weather in the northeastern part. There's some heavy rain, and the temperature will come down a little bit, and the northeastern part, yeah.
News anchor by yourself.
สภาพอากาศวันนี้อีสานหนาวอีกรอบใต้ยังเจอฝนตกหนัก
Yeah, again in the northeastern part, the temperature is coming down, and there's some strong wind, and for the northern and the northeastern part.
As well. Okay, in the next phase of the AI voice, we still develop the highlight marker of the text. follow the voice and can downloadable, chattable. And so now have everyone to access this website. You can send the feedback for our team as well. Until now, we have use the AI generates the voice in the free voice news anchor, almost 30,000 files that have the website in news website, in Thai website, and have the audience to click more than almost 700,000 clicks. This picture I will show you and short briefing the timeline. 2 years ago, in 2021, we kicked off the first voice is AVA. AVA is the AI standard. And 2022, text-to-speech is not the new things, but I don't like to create the standard voice is the same brand, the same other brand. So we create the identity of Thai PBS. We develop the voice news anchor in male and female. Kun Natha and Kun Jesida is the first model of the news voice. And this year we did, expand the feature and up to the scale for the text-to-speech for distribution in smart speaker and use the AI virtual news anchor as well. Okay, how does this work? I will tell you that when we got the news Thai PBS voice anchor was very exciting, and we push immediately via website after the AI generate from the news website. But have a lot of feedback in negative comment because AI is not a 100% accuracy, still have the misspelling, still have the wrong pronunciation. So we back to the second phase, we back to edit our workflow. Before we publish, we have to create the notification for our team and have the learning the machine again and again. After we have to create the text-to-speech content management system to monitoring and to verify once again and to adjust the pronunciation, adjust the spelling, and machine learning or AI will clever. Before we publish on the website and conversation with the AI will push the notification, have to make sure the news is correct. Okay, not only our website audience, when we have a lot of voice file with additional service to convert to API and publish this file to smart speaker, and now we implement into the Alexa and Google Assistant. The audience can use the mobile application and the device in the smart speaker device like this.
Alexa, what's news today?
Here's your flash briefing from Thai PBS News.
พลายศักดิ์สุรินทร์ขวัญใจเด็กศรีลังการ้องขออาหารเด็กๆชาวศรีลังกา
Okay, the Sri Lankan students, children from Sri Lanka visited the zoo, and before 3 days, they'll come to Thailand.
Speaker, you can use the voice command to listen the news in Thai PBS. And we compile or curate and categorize all of audio file to the podcast, AI news, and provide to public and the radio public as well. Okay, the next year is very upscale to the text-to-speech. We create the AI virtual news anchor and in Thai language.
10 จังหวัดสะเทือนรอยเลื่อนเชียงตุงเมียนมาขยับยัน
Okay, the Department of the meteorological from the north and forecast,
here on the
ในรัช
television,
ฉานเกิด
but
อัพเนอร์ช็อปขนาด
we
4.1
have
ถึง
the
3.4
voice,
อีก 5 ค
his
รั้ง
voice in
ความ
AI.
คืบหน้าเหตุ
But
แผ่นดินไหวขนาด
I would
6.4
like to
ในเมีย
see
น
the
มา
virtual
และใน
as
ภาค
well.
รับรู้แรง
Kun
สั่นสะเทื
Jesda
อนห
has
ลายจังหวัดตั้งแต่จังหวัดเชียง
begun
ราย
to the AI virtual news anchor. And next, in Thai language, can automatically to transfer to the multi-language as well. Kun Jesda has a very clever in multi-language as well. This is example.
เมื่อติ่งบีซุ่มเฉียนซอดึกไล่คิงทังนอนว่าฉันดอกไม้บีฉันซุ้มเสาไฟบูนเบกที่เสือแตงเมียนขวางสันเนียมาในแนนชีใจนงยงนาลินเคโยจอโลกชามูดีชีมาตอเรกสตาซาดีแต่ตมาอเซชีตอเจ้าไทย
This is an example. Now we create a traditional language in the same content, and not that 100% accuracy, but have to develop next step as well. Okay, this is a text-to-speech in AI innovation. The second I'd show you in the AI and the personalized content. Personalized content is I think is almost in website is benefit for the website because as you know, this era is overload content. Audience today has expect a personalized experience. More than 80% of audience are more likely to go to brand to serve offer the personalized content, personalized video, personalized recommendation. And the Thai PBS have the Vipa. Vipa is OTT video streaming on Thai PBS. We input the AI engine to collect journey of the audience when the asset to application on website on vipa.me and have the smart recommendation engine to serve the content. When you log in Vipa, you will have the special playlist recommendation for only you and continue watching for only you. It's different from your friends. And Vipa have the AI to analyze time and channel that you engage with the Vipa. We focus the journey and push the notification, offer the news episode. This feature in now published in Vipa OTT, but next year we will deploy to the news website as well. The engine of the AI power tool of Vipa, we stand for journey. We keep journey every action, every platform, every time, anywhere that user engage with the website and application, and keep the data because we want to know the habit, we want to know the audience, how to interest and prefer to offer. We keep the data in the three group. And the big data is the behavior data, demographic data, and geographical data to analyze and select the best way to each audience. So the third, the last example that I will show you is that next year now we are on the process, this project. AI is the technology about the broadcasting, technology live streaming. AI in Thai, we call Thai PBS Live Auto Reason. Because this era is a mobile phone a lot. Almost every audience use the mobile in the first screen and mobile only. So in news broadcast or live broadcast right now in television, horizontal frame is the standard format, right? So due to the shape of the hand, the audience use the mobile phone to the first screen to consume the content. We hold our phone vertically 94% on the time. They don't want to having to turn the sideways again and again. Is not inappropriate for the journey of the audience behavior. So, however, broadcaster keep the producing news program in horizontal linear TV program that is appropriate with the mobile and digital native. Okay, so now we try to get more the easier, get more the for stay tuned of the audience in mobile, for get the more the good experience. So how this work of the auto-resolve? Auto-resolve have the 4 steps, the main 4 steps. The first step of auto-resolve, we have to detection by AI, detection zone by AI. We have the two live streaming. We call dirty feed and clean feed for when you have the live streaming in news. The AI will detect zone. And the second, we prepare the template. In the vertical, in many templates, we can design 1, 2, or 3, or maximum is 7 blocks in the vertical template. And the third step, the zone will extract the object automatic, such as the face recognition, to extract the object when the live streaming. And the last one, to reposition in the from horizontal to vertical automatically. Okay, this is a sample before and after. The left mobile, you will see, when you see the live streaming in horizontal, you will see the, okay, it's not clear and not make you easier for the other channels, right? So the new PBS mobile application will provide possible experience and will adapt the layout to easy, to clearly, and to insert the footage or anchor easier. Okay. This is a sample of the layout that I designed in the first phase, and the last one. Take a look the clip video that Thai PBS used the AI in product and service right now.
บริการอ่านให้ฟังโดยเสียงสังเคราะห์อัตโนมัติปั้นอินฟลูเอนเซอร์ท้องถิ่นรีวิวสินค้าชุมชนเปิดตลาดสินค้าไทยตามหาอินฟลูเอนเซอร์ชุมชนรีวิวสินค้าเกษตรสำนักงานนโยบายและยุทธศาสตร์การค้าหวังเพิ่มรายได้สร้างโอกาสทำเงินให้เกษตรกรไทยปั้นอินฟลูเอนเซอร์ท้องถิ่นรีวิวสินค้าชุมชน
ปั้นอินฟลูเอนเซอร์ท้องถิ่นรีวิวสินค้าชุมชน
Here's the latest from your flash briefing from Thai PBS News.
ว้าวุ่นเลยช้างป่าหนีเล่นน้ำจนเพลินลืมกลับบ้าน กรมทรัพยากรธรณีชี้แผ่นดินไหว 處對我倆之底線的公然挑戰，只見個有類的採訪です。
As I said from the beginning, we cannot stop the technology. We have to make a benefit from the AI technology. And so now we are not only the digital transformations, because it's welcome to AI transformation era. Thank you for joining me today. ขอบคุณ สวัสดีค่ะ
Thank you, Kun Kanokpan, for your interesting information and a wonderful presentation by Thai PBS as well. So I'm pretty sure that everyone has got a glimpse of what Thai PBS has been doing with AI, with text-to-speech, AI news anchors as well. And I'm really surprised that they can actually speak more than 5 languages. That is really surprising for me. And I'm pretty sure many of you have learned so many things about how AI has been incorporated into journalism and the media, but we would like to keep the conversation going. Unfortunately, I have only 10 minutes left with the Q&A session, so maybe we have to get going. But if you do have any questions, you can raise your hand and the mic will come to you and we'll just keep the conversation going. So may I please invite all the speakers up on stage once again so that we can continue our conversation about AI in international newsrooms. Anywhere is fine. Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure many people might be wondering about the challenges that newsrooms have been facing with the use of AI and other technologies. So the first question to all of you, anyone can start, okay? So what has been the biggest challenge in using AI in newsrooms?
In NHK, we are discussing on adoption of AI into various situations. The only thing we can say is that AI is not perfect. And so its output cannot be used for broadcasting without manual editing, manual checking. Currently, NHK has a rule that the use of AI, including generative AI, is published in principle. However, in the future, this is just my personal opinion. There is a possibility that we will start using it for tasks, generative AI, using generative AI that are not directly related to broadcasting, such as creating something of conference documents.
And hello. For this question, I would like to share the big challenge in the newsroom. I think the most important for news journalists or in the newsroom about the more difficult to news verification, because as you know, as you see, the AI is technology. It's technology. Maybe some guy is like a easy, but some guy is very, very hard to understanding. News journalists in new era have to up to this technology skill for the clever more than the AI. I think this.
Right, and for the next question, how do you navigate the ethical considerations surrounding the use of AI in newsrooms?
Well, yes. Well, I think it also ties into the first question as well, because us news organizations are very cautious about what we put on our live stream. The information has to be correct, so we are, on the whole, quite conservative about incorporating things like ChatGPT into our news generation, and not only news generation as well, but also the technical side also. First of all, I was pretty impressed with the rezoning function that Thai PBS is experimenting. I think it's really cool. I should really go back to China and pitch this to my boss. And as we said, we are very cautious about what puts on our live stream. So the thing is how much we can trust AI to do its job well right now in terms of helping us write the script, and in terms of, for example, rezoning the video. We don't want it to go wrong for even a second on the live stream, and that is the standards that we hold for ourselves as broadcasters, right? So I think they do need a lot more testing for us to trust it 100%.
Right, and another question is that we're in this era that we have to navigate through fake news, misinformation, and all these images that are generated with deep fake. So how do you navigate all of this?
Well, I think for deep fake pictures, we really need to, whenever we see a picture, we really need to take it with a grain of salt and really see if this is AI generated. I think there are software out there available to detect whether a picture is AI generated. But right now, a lot of AI images do have loopholes where you can spot, for example, the number of fingers and things like that, the shape of the mouth. But I think in the future, it will become indistinguishable from an actual picture. So we do need help from technology as well, I think.
That's really interesting. Now let's move on to sign language. There might be some complications when you do AI with sign language. So how do you deal with all the complications?
Every time we are make a comparative relationship between the sign language interpreters to build a correct sign language CGs. So now we are trying to overcome every challenge step by step. For example, adding some materials or improving the avatars or AI translation system. Fortunately, we have the sign research division with PhD holders. So the specialist will help us.
And I have a question for you as well, because what do you do with the sign language staff at NHK now? We're seeing with our own eyes how AI is automating away an entire kind of job. Like, what do you do with the AI with the sign language interpreters at NHK, with this system being more and more implemented in the future?
That must be a tough question, right?
Just me being a reporter.
In terms of sign languages, the sign language differ from person to person because sign language differ from their background. So the translating with the sign language is very difficult. So the sign language translator, sign language news reporter, it has a very excellent skills, special skills for, in just my opinion, AI do not contribute now, so over 5 or 10 years later, AI will help them.
So there's still a gap now?
Yes.
Okay, so there are still gaps and loopholes, even though there's so much technological advancements with AI. But the biggest question is that I'm pretty sure many people are wondering, is that will AI replace news anchors or journalists? So,
Yeah, I think AI will be a good friend of Newsroom because the final quality of AI generated image is still not good. So AI anchor cannot replace the actual human anchor right now. But the benefit of AI, I think, the important benefit of AI is to give the human more time to do creative works. So AI will be a good friend. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Anyone else that wants to add?
Yes, maybe I talk too much, but I do have something to add to that. Well, in my opinion, right, I do not think that AI anchors would completely replace human anchor anytime soon, because if you think about it in another way, we can have all these voiceovers and After Effects and all the pictures. We can do away with anchors at any time, even without AI. So why do we still need anchor now? It's because people want that human touch, seeing another human on the screen, telling us about things related to the human condition. It's also the same reason why we have CDs, we have Spotify, we have music streaming on the internet, but we still go to concerts. It's important that we get our information knowing that the person who's telling me that information is the same human with the same kind of sentimentality and vulnerability as I do. So it makes that bond so much more stronger.
So at the end, we still want this human interaction and this close relationship with human beings. So unfortunately, we don't have time to take questions from the floor, but my last question for all of you is that how can we maintain the integrity of journalism in the age of AI?
As previous saying, NHK is discussing on adapting AI in the future. In my opinion, we should apply the AI technology not a final step of program production, but first step of program production. For example, generating idea and sketch and so on. Okay.
One last person, have only 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think the AI is the technology we have to make a benefit from AI. In the last question, I have heard this sentence: "Don't be afraid of AI. Should be afraid the human that use the AI clever. You know, yes, okay. Well, don't be afraid the AI replace the human. Should be afraid the human or the people effective to use the AI in the future."
All right. Thank you so much for all of you for the insights about AI and how has it been incorporated in journalism, video production, on all these kinds of things. I think we have all learned a lot from you. So thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
And before we move on to the next panel discussion, we would like all of the speakers to gather center stage for a photo opportunity. And I'll be joining as well. So get your cameras ready because we're going to have a group photo opportunity. Maybe we should all do a like sign like this. Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for today, and it's a great opportunity to listen from channels like CGTN, NHK, KBS, and also Thai PBS as well. You can kindly leave your stage for now because we're going to move on to the next panel discussion. So this is definitely an insightful talk already, even though it's just the very first panel discussion. And the next one will be talking about the social and ethical impacts of AI this time. As we just discussed earlier, there are a lot of concerns about the ethical issues regarding the use of AI into journalism, into the media, and this might affect the integrity of journalism overall. And by the meantime, may I please invite the following onto the stage. And these three people are all very esteemed speakers to begin with. They all have a lot of knowledge in terms of technology and the ethical impacts on this as well. So first of all, may I please invite Dr. Kripakar Bunfeung, the Executive Director of the National Innovation Agency, or NIA. And next up, Dr. Saksek Kuntot, the Senior Advisor of ETDA. And last but not least, Kun Wasupon Tharokan of Microsoft Thailand. And Kun Natha Kumamatin will be the moderator for this session. And the panel discussion will start right now, so I'll hand over to Kun Natha for this discussion.
ขอบคุณมากนะคะคุณแนทและสวัสดีทุกท่านนะคะวันนี้ได้รับฟังกันมาแล้วตั้งแต่
We have heard from this morning session which full of content about the future of newsroom, which is full of changes because of AI technology. It has been with us for quite a long time, but the newsroom now are very alert. The 30th of November last year, that's the first day that ChatGPT has been launched. After that, the world has changed. January this year, it has been application that has been downloaded by a lot of people. Open in November, but by January, about 100 million people download such app. I believe that all of you now are using in either way, but in the news room or media arena are using, and we expect that in 2027, the value of AI using in newsroom, in media circle would be as high as $300,000 million US. The number has been at a leapfrog step, and we expect that the use of AI in software and in the news production or other, it will go up to $300,000 million US. So the media circle has to adjust themselves. So AI would be game changer in journalism. So on this stage, I have the time up to after 12. If you have any question, please prepare. At the end, we'll have a Q&A session. Let's go to Dr. Kripakar about ETDA, which have learned about change. How far has it been here with us of such change? Good morning, everyone. Our office would like to thank you, Thai PBS, to invite us to share experience about AI. Actually, AI innovation has been with us for quite a long time. It's like a new wave that we also were quite frightened. But we have been using AI in many types of industries. The first circle that use is about we have many business operators who have applied in agriculture, and also AI also have impact on health with many users. Later on, we talk about that quite a lot. about media. And during the past, we have been quite interested in using AI because when we use communication in terms of data in order to broadcast information, in order to use AI to generate or analyze information, it is something that we have to use, especially with data. We have seen that AI can help us in many ways, and it cannot replace human beings, even though it's digital, in digital format. It can be like brand ambassador or in any forms. Nevertheless, it cannot replace human beings. The reason is that we can create some kind of identity, but each people have different identities. So from what we heard, the media have adjust such AI for use. So AI can be game changer. It can change the world. It can change all circles. And the media also are interested in this technology. So we would have the perception about AI that would be more beneficial. Many might be afraid that AI will do many things and replace people, but we'll talk about this in the afternoon. But for innovation and AI is nothing that we should be afraid of. In our industry, they look at this as an opportunity to apply this to create business or to generate more income in our business. So it can be the base for our business and to accommodate the change of the world. Thank you so much. The media also are quite interested in AI, and all the news agencies are here, and many people in the industries. We have a lot of opportunities for AI to be used, but we have some kind of things that we should realize that is about like ethical conduct. So EDA has any research project about AI, about media or not? Are there any development?
Well, for EDA's role, we actually introduced law related to digital technology. So for AI law, and there are actually, we have two drafts. Last year, I attended OECD, and so we think it's I think the NIA there isn't any regulation or prohibition yet, so you can still enjoy using AI. But after ChatGPT was launched, so I think it changes the game. So I think we all have to revise the evolution of AI. For EU, European Union, EU introduced some regulations about AI. We actually are about to launch a new rules and regulation, but upon the launch of ChatGPT, now I think we're going to have to revise the rules and regulations. So we couldn't believe, how AI can change the face of the world. Actually, even there was a case, some artists even sue AI for producing the artwork. So how can we handle this? I think this is what we discussed with the experts. We wouldn't like to change the law about the copyright, but in case of EU, when you extract or use AI to generate something, make sure that you get permission from the owner. So that's another issue. So coming back to Thailand, our law, in order to cover the impact of AI, for example, I use AI to falsify information about Khun Natha, and then I publish it. When I use when I use AI content using some personal information, then I think we have to be cautious. So how we can introduce the law to cover about this. So I think on Microsoft can actually tell us more when it comes to the critical point. You know, when it has become a risk or a threat to us. So what should be the risk? But at the moment, Thailand hasn't got any prohibition law specifically about AI, but we are trying to establish some good understanding about using AI.
Can I add? Because when we talk about this, for copyright law, we have the problem because in Europe, they don't think AI is the creator. So they don't have the right to be copyright owner. So we don't want people to monopolize this AI about copyright. Otherwise, it would be a monopoly. So there would be many type of laws issues. So we should look with open eyes. Like when Wikipedia took place, we don't claim copyright to be anybody's right. So if we can have access in terms of controlling or protecting of copyright of the AI, actually it should be open for public use because it should belong to the public. So anybody can use it. For the law, if it can limit the use, then the application would be limited by law. So according to the law, it doesn't matter much, but ethical conduct is something better.
Now, if I use AI, you know, extracting image of of Kun Natha, you know, if I copy style, you know, talking style of Kun Natha, there isn't any law that allow us to sue the person. So now it depends on the ethics. Yeah, for example, if I create positive contents that doesn't harm Kun Natha, then perhaps we cannot sue. There isn't any room. But if I cause any damage on Kun Natha reputations, we use another law. So actually, the owner of the image and the voice cannot own. Yeah. So at the moment, you know, we cannot own our voice, own our image yet. Yeah, but there are cases like in Australia. In Australia, there are some rights, some laws to protect the life. So different countries use different laws. Actually, for characteristic, we can actually copyright like Barbie dolls. When let's say you produce some counterfeit of Barbie dolls or game productions, there's some copyright law. Yeah, this is complicated. I think we need another forum to debate about it. Yeah, Kun Natapon. You know, the past week, the top executive, you know, Sam, the top executive of OpenAI, resigned and then was recruited back. As Dr. Sak mentioned, would there be any impact on the evolution or production of AI and ChatGPT? How good is ChatGPT now? Well, so allow me to tell you some background. I think what has changed the world November last year, you know, we used to have predictive AI that could predict or anticipate the future from the information about the past. But for generative AI, it can actually create new content, and then it can move to the future now. So generative AI, you know, has proved the past year. The main reason because all of these AI apps have own information. They can make use of all the available informations. Like OpenAI is a startup platform. Microsoft is also a partner and investor. So we actually incorporate some of the OpenAI functions as well. So what Microsoft is working on, you might have heard ChatGPT version 4. and we can we use some ChatGPT 4.0 Turbo, which allow us to make use of some voices. It was launched in February, so Microsoft actually was aware about this function since August last year, but it took a bit of it took a few months before it was released to the market. So because what? Because we need to make sure, we need to be confident about the use and the responses from the users in the market. So we need to make sure about the safety, the security and privacy. It takes a bit of time to adjust. But after all, we see the capability. We have realized about the capability of the AI. Remember, AI was still of version 3.5 November last year. AI doesn't want anything from us because you can ask whatever you want, from AI. And now it's version 4. It even gives you more details. So there isn't any control over it. So, but anyway, there's some sort of monitoring management system. Still, no matter no matter what measure you incorporate into AI, people can still jailbreak. People can still override the functionality. When you create contents, when you create images, you can use AI. You can produce video using AI. And if you look at the details of the open AI, apart from version 4, you also have the DAO-E version to create some images. You also have Code X. It can even act. It can even write code, programming codes for us. So the version 4 is the most advanced and widely used by people around the world. But for ChatGPT, we didn't think that ChatGPT was invented and without aiming for millions of people to use. Over 100 million people are using it. Right now, we have witnessed the artificial intelligence, the intelligence of AI. It created new content for us. I think to use it properly, we need to look at industry by industry. As you say, in the news industry, we have been using it at advanced level. For Microsoft, Microsoft now it's very excited with this new AI, which is different. This is a technology which is different from from fintech, blockchain. I think it's about how we interact with computer that makes a difference, because before it's humans who had to understand the computer, but now on the other hand, computer understand people, and the way we interact with computer has changed. When we incorporate OpenAI with Microsoft software, so it's changed. So the new version of Microsoft, when you want to change this, you don't need to click reset, you don't need to adjust. You can just do the voice command, and then the AI under Microsoft will do something for you. Another thing is the listening engine. It has some sort of thinking processing, for the computer. Remember one time, when we changed from the analog typewriter to computer keyboards. So I think this opens a new world for us. So it's a changes of device. It's a transformation of device usage. For example, we use ChatGPT. How can we tell it's the correct information? Yeah. Who will say the content makes sense or not? It's the human. Human's still the center. Human are still the people who verify the information. But at least AI can make it easier for us to work. We used to start from 80, and then it's 80% correct. Now we can polish it ourselves. Yeah, so it's really exciting. The ChatGPT has become more and more smarter and advanced, and we actually see how enthusiastic people in different industries are. and I think we try to regulate. Yeah. For Kun Rosupon, how do you see about this? Do you think it's smart? It won't replace the artist. It won't replace the news anchor. Are we fooling ourselves? You know, I mean, are they gonna replace us? Well, you know what we are afraid? We are afraid of AGI, artificial general intelligence. When like the film Terminator. But it's not the step of AGI yet. We only add generative AI, which is still far away from the AGI. But after version 4.5, there's still some limitation, which is computing power. The computing power that can create the intelligence of the computer, because the computing power requires hardware and data center to cater the needs for people all over the world. We still have some time to adjust ourselves to handle and to manage the wave of change from AI. So I think every organization has to see, for each organization or each individual members in organization, what benefit we get from this machine. What's frightening about AI? I think it depends on how regulators are seeing it and managing it. For example, hackers. If you use AI to hack something, let's say only 1,000. From 1,000, would it grow to 100,000 computers that can use AI to hack others? So what can we make use of positively, and how can we prevent it? We don't need to be afraid of AI, but it's different between organizations who know how to use AI and not know how to use AI. So for those who are good at using AI, they even can develop themselves more, right? So Dr. Sak, Kun Rosapon mentioned, yes, I agree with Kun Rosapon. Well, to regulate means how, we wouldn't like to limit the innovations, but at the same time, we don't want AI to be used by the criminals. So so I think the government, or the authority should know how to use good AI to fight with bad AI. Yeah, and Kun Natha, do you know, like when someone from Australia gives you a phone call? Yeah. I think we need some good AI to filter or screen. There should be some screening system, to distinguish between the AI and humans interactions. Yeah. So it's about good AI and bad AI, because we wouldn't like to introduce the law and then it over control freedom of use of people. As we all mentioned, because we are living in the transition period, so we need to balance the advantages and disadvantages of AI. So if you read the policy of ChatGPT, it actually give us some precaution that you need to be careful about the use of ChatGPT. So what does it mean? It means that AI can be used or misused. So, if you ask me, I mean, should we promote good responsibility of using AI? Well, at present, people are afraid of AI because of three factors. First, security or safety. For example, is it good enough that we can use AI for piloting the plane, or at hospitals, So it depends on the industry, if we shouldn't, or FDA, for example, to certify medical equipment. Yeah. Second, the government sector. would government use AI to surveillance, people? But again, we still have some PDPA law monitored by the government. The PDPA, if you look at PDPA law under Malaysia, it's not quite comprehensive. But we copy. They're not very strict, but we use PDPA from other country, but more strict. So at the moment, we are introducing PDPA, especially we focus on the image recognition. So we shouldn't private the privacy of using others people's image. And third, bias of using ChatGPT. I mean, if you answer, there's still some ambiguity or some vagueness about the accuracy of the information provided by ChatGPT. It will answer whatever. Yeah, especially when you command or you prompt the text in Thai language, it's not as accurate as in English. So perhaps we better use English command when we use the ChatGPT. But anyway, we shouldn't. We need to look at it case by case. We shouldn't introduce one fully comprehensive policy. Yeah, Dr. Kritpaka, I think you actually I think you know people who are developing the new versions of AI. So in terms of media industry, you see any relevancy?
We see that AI itself, it can be applied in many ways. It's just another tool. Usually, in general, we can use if it's good, then it's a positive way, but otherwise it can be negative. It doesn't mean that we should not create, because it's global trend. It has been used all over the world. Big companies, they also use. So finally, there would be the fact that how can we access this tool like ChatGPT. It's about languages. There will be many groups that are trying to do like creating it in Thai. Besides the barrier about access, it's about languages that become barrier that can pose obstacle for using AI. So when we talk about media, languages is also sensitive and also different in different aspects. So AI itself play a lot of parts, but for languages and information, it's something that's very important as well. So we see many startups trying to do like using languages and automotive generation and also distribute and communications for our office. We try to support fully about innovation. We used to do in AI consortium, usually on agriculture and health, and also creating all software. So in terms of technology, many universities are trying to work with big companies like Microsoft, also help many universities to learn about this system and develop for future use. So it is the tools that I want you to see that it's good tool that we need to learn about, but we need to have the method in regulating it or controlling it. Like someone said, when we saw in the movie, it's a long way that we can control AI. Now we can control it, but how long we can control it? We are trying to work like in the old days. There used to be two worlds. One is we participating with each other like this, but another one is about innovation. This is another world. So we are trying to communication on how to use the tool. So if we make it as part of our life, and then innovation will occur. As for the regulations or laws, in principle, we have to supervise or control as needed only. we control only as necessary. So we have to look at the environment of Thailand. How can we develop into which direction? We always emphasize that it depends on the user of AI. How about the executive or development? You take into account ethics in using or not, and how can we adjust? I think there are two matters about ethics regarding AI. As the producer, there would be 6 frameworks about accountability. AI, if it commit some kind of mistake, who will be responsible? Also, transparency. If we create like back box, if it's AI that we should not use, we have to say it out clearly where we have got such AI. There will be something like safety, about bias, whether the information it has been trained good enough, not only for certain aspects. There would be many other matters that would be about AI responsibility. That's in terms of the producer. But for the user, I think in our room there would be more user than producer. As the user, we have to take a look first as to we should use AI that it has been declared, and we could see clearly the sources of the AI. For example, Microsoft, we use OpenAI to be used for free in AI. Another thing is on Microsoft Edge for translation, summarization, for generating new content. We see that Microsoft tell you all the time which way you can use of AI. Secondly, Microsoft would have option for the user to choose whether you want very accurate AI or just want something that's quite balanced. So people need different type of AI. You want to use it for writing script, for plays or anything. So you need to have direct intention to use. Next is about recommendation, how to ask. AI is just like learning new things. So interact with AI, we have to use new languages like we use prompt. So in the future might be a new career like prompt engineering. Prompt would be different from search in the old days. In the old days, it's like reviewing something about going to Phuket. You would review the tour, for example. But now when we talk with AI, you have to explain that we are planning for touring the city or touring the place. Please look for information like accommodation in Phuket. Then we will get the information that correspond to our need. This is new skill that we need to adjust to interact with computer or system that use AI. I would like to add.
Yeah, so I think how we can adjust, in the media industry. I think what EDA is doing, we just introducing some framework or guideline. It's just some sort of suggestion when you using AI, what you need to bear in mind. So this is just a manual for different topics, but next we're gonna launch it next year. So what I'm saying, I think you need to decide the process in your organization at what parts or what jobs you are going to employ AI. So this is what EDA think. This is an AI should be a helping hand, but it's not a replacement. But it's some sort of a collaborating tool for our jobs. But at the end of the day, every organization must realize or must decide how they apply AI in their work process. But for generative AI, I like India. Actually, I like India's guideline. India actually specified there are 3 areas. First, to create, to promote creativity. Yeah, generative AI, ChatGPT or some other tools, it actually help us create things, that no one has done before. So for media industry, how can we create? How can we create? Promote creativity? Because AI, it's not a specific tool. It's widely available in every mobile phone. So how we can make use of them? Even it generates some images. Before we need to edit. We had to deal with complicated tasks. Editing and doing this and that. But at the moment, it's automatically generated. Yes. As we can see, like from the 5 speakers, how they apply and in their organizations, it all related to AI. As like Dr. Somkiat, mentioned, for those who are already good at AI at their work, they will even become smarter when they use AI. So today, I'm very thankful to all of your inputs. We have about 6 minutes left, so perhaps I can pass on to the floor if anybody would like to ask any questions. We have about 5 minutes left.
5 นาทีพอเหรอสวัสดีครับพี่เต๋าครับระวีตะวันธรงค์ครับ
Yes, Twi Thananarom from Song Sư. I'd like to ask Edda. I have an issue I'd like to ask. We talk about AI. We need ethics, when we consider the usage. But for me, after today, let's say I'm an unethical person. I have no ethics. And then let's say Thai PBS, use Kunatha voice, and tomorrow perhaps I can set up a call center, and then I use Kunatha, voice for all of my AI call center. Yeah, is there any way to protect, any protection law on this? So is there any law, any other law? So if we copy the voice, if we clone the voice and make it a call center, or I set up a rogue call center, and then I deceive people that this is Natha. Yeah. So would the law be introduced on time to protect Kunatha law for a voice for example? So this is quite interesting. Let's say I use AI. I compose my own music. I didn't copy anybody, But then I use P-Bird Thongchai McIntyre voice. Would I invade? There are 2 different things. Yeah. Let's say the song is copyrighted anyway, but when you want to use Thongchai McIntyre song, it's about the voice identity. So but the artist actually has another law, which is the voice, the vocal law of P-Bird. So this is like performance right. Because the voice is also copyrighted, so you cannot use the voice. So it doesn't matter if it's AI or not. But when you use someone else's voice for any reason, then there's some law to copyright that. Or even the throttle sound of Harley Davidson, for example, you can't even make use of the sound of the engine. So it depends on the sound or the voice that you use. You can use, but it convey. It depends on how you convey the message. You want to make people misunderstand that the voice you are using is Kunatha voice. So this is you can use other law, can embrace other laws for basic rights to manage about it. So if there isn't any legal tool, just go back to the basic and apply the basic protection law on human rights, yeah, Kunatha can actually sue those. So let's say if how about they use our voice, but they might they might adjust the voice a little bit. Yeah, well, actually, we can actually prove or test if you can actually prove. Let's say if there are thousands of audiences can understand that, yeah, it's not our voice, then no matter how you adjust, you can still prove that it's your voice. But if it adjusts, like change the pitch, if it's change the high pitch and people couldn't recognize it's not our voice, then it might not be crucial. Yes. So I think this. Yeah, I just came back from France, and they discussed about this generative AI. Yeah. So yeah, I mean it has created unprecedented phenomena, in our life. So even Mid-Journey application, generate some artist works, reproduce some artist works, yes, and then they sue each other. But nobody won, it was. Yeah, so thank you very much indeed for pickups. Is there any other questions?
Microphone, please.
Big boss.
Thank you so much. There is observation point, that is the AI itself, especially about the languages like ChatGPT or Bard. It create inequality in the new form. That's the fact, right? For those who benefit the most on ChatGPT is those who use English as the native language. But for Thailand or other country with English not as native language, they would have problem. More importantly, the information in English in ChatGPT relating to Thailand, mostly not written by the Thai people, mostly foreigners wrote. So we have to think about conflicts in Thailand. It's their opinion or their analysis of the foreigners. So there might be some kind of bias aspect. So this is the issue that would be very important challenge, and especially when we have bigger database, so the problem would increase. I would like to hear about the opinion. I would like to say that what ChatGPT has done, they didn't know that it would come this far, but one thing is that it's an opportunity. Like for Thailand, the government should use it to develop information or data. I work in digital section of the government. We work on open data, so the government try to open a lot of things. But now we know what to do. That is to teach AI to know how to integrate the information. Like when you call center, and there should be preparation of information that doesn't have bias aspect in there. So it would be like this. So we call it global knowledge. This very good. I have a chance to communicate with ChatGPT because I like to listen to foreign songs. I ask difficult questions. That's about 20 or 30 years music. So when they have knowledge about Thailand, if you ask about Thai history, I don't know whether it's correct or not, but I have a test. ChatGPT cannot tell us about that. So language is important. We have content, but to translate, if we want AI to help, we have to change such information into English so it can learn. So the government should prepare this. Even though we have barrier and we have data, but if we don't translate into English, we cannot use AI to help. So anybody among the listeners, if you are interested, and you can help to include this information into the system, into English. We have a lot of information if you translate, but the language is barrier. Actually, we have a lot of information, so we can help. I would like to leave with you that.
Yeah, you know, all of these AI models, I like you to consider like they a doctorate person, you know, and then it's got lots of knowledge. So the AI is like a doctorate person who has lots of methodology but come with knowledge. So I think startup entrepreneurs, let's get some startup to develop, you know, how they can train. Perhaps they can train Thai language to AI more. That might be an opportunity for people to do more businesses. Yeah, ChatGPT 4, let's say ChatGPT version 4 Thai. So I think this is a great opportunity that we can develop the programs further. They're already smart, right? So it's just we can train them to speak Thai. Yeah. This trend, you know, actually, and NIA is considering giving the funding on some research. So perhaps from next year, the Thai startups perhaps like to develop this. Or even a ChatGPT can actually create poems. Oh, thank you very much indeed, three speakers, Dr. Kun Sak, Kun Ratapon, and Dr. Kritpaka. So we understand a lot about the role of AI in Thailand and the global marketplace. So there's still plenty of opportunities that we can develop AI, especially in Thai version for us all to use. I believe that a lot of people would like to talk to the speakers. You can talk to them during the lunch, and we will come back after lunch time. So perhaps I can pass on to Kun Nat.
Because we're going to have another group photo opportunity, which will be taken center stage, so you can stand in front and smile to the camera. And I'm pretty sure we got some insightful, we got some great insights about the recent panel discussion about the ethical impacts and social impacts from the use of AI. And for the afternoon sessions, we will be discussing the future of newsrooms and mass communication in Thailand. Both panel sessions in the afternoon will be in Thai language as well. So if you do need headsets are available throughout the day. Thank you so much. You can kindly leave the stage right now. ขอบคุณมากค่ะ And we would also like to inform you about where lunch is going to be. So lunch will be served at the market on the 5th floor. So enjoy your lunch and please join us again at 1:30 p.m. Thank you.